It's another episode of ToastTalks with CoachBusi. Our guest today is someone who is so composed, so altogether, such a trailblazer, and one of my biggest supporters. I would not be here without this Toastmaster. She was really pushing me and urging me on. So when you hear Bushi Tuare DTM, this lady is one of the people you should thank for me getting to where I got to. Please welcome Toastmaster Simiso Sibanda to the today's episode. Toastmaster Simiso, welcome to Toast Talks with Coach Wiki.
Thank you, Coach Busi. Thank you, DTM Busi. I must get used to saying DTM because it's something we've all been waiting for. So I am so honored and thank you for having me, DTM Busi.
The pleasure is all mine. You have an amazing entry story into Toastmasters, one that I think will energize somebody who other people have been talking to and they have been second guessing whether to do it or not. Toastmaster Simiso, how did you become a Toastmaster?
Oh, I do not want to sound like a broken record, but you know how it's like for every woman and a whole lot of people out there. The old age, life begins at 14. So that was it for me as well. I said to myself, I'm turning 40. I need to make sure the ducks are in a row, dot the I's, cross the T's, and do something towards my self development. And I had this whole triple F thing going on. I wanted to be fabulous. I wanted to be fit. I wanted to be fierce. I wanted to be everything in my 40s. And then I had a friend and a colleague who introduced me to Toastmasters, and this is how it is. I rewarded myself actually as a president gift with the Toastmasters membership. And the rest is history. Here I am today, a Toastmaster.
Woo! Yes, yes. Again, goal setting. I love thinking about this. It's a theme that is recurring, that people are setting
Mhm.
goals, and when they go for those goals, amazing things are happening. So yes,
Yeah.
we celebrate your fourth floor entry and the things that you've been doing with Toastmasters and other things. What is the one thing that you absolutely enjoy in Toastmasters? We always say if it's not fun, it's not Toastmasters. Tell us your sweet spot, your happy place where Toastmasters is concerned.
Okay, if it's not fun, then it's not Toastmasters. You see, Toastmasters is a self-paced program, which
Mhm.
I wish everybody out there would get and understand. So, what I love about Toastmasters is that you take your time. Like you said, you set your goals. If I want to achieve something within a set period of time, I put in the work. So if I don't go through my projects, if I don't deliver my speeches, if I don't do whatever it is that I need to do, then it means I'm not growing in Toastmasters. So one of my favorite thing that I love is that self-paced thing about Toastmasters. And for me, I'll tell you what I enjoy is the rewards. I remember my first year when I joined Toastmasters, just receiving my certificate of completion of level one. It was all over my social media. It was on my WhatsApp. It was on my Facebook that this is something I've accomplished. So that's my happy place about Toastmasters, the leveling up, the Hall of Fame, the recognition everywhere you go, just to pep you to tap you on the back to say, you've done well, you've done well. So those things really stand out for me in Toastmasters. You want some achievement. It's fulfilling. It's self-actualization. So I love that. I love that about Toastmasters. There's a lot of things I love about Toastmasters, and but I think that would really stand out over and above the mentoring, the coaching, the networking, you name it. But for me, it's the recognition, the rewards, the achievement, and the self-pacing of the program.
Absolutely on point. I totally agree with you. And in a world where very few people
Mm-hmm.
face other people's
Mm-hmm.
successes, it is absolutely edifying to have a group of people who, when you have your level one, they're all cheering you up and saying, yes, you keep going, you keep going. And it does something inside us. So I
Yeah.
acknowledge that and I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Masters is not a means to an end when you do your level one. We become Toastmasters because we have a voice and we want to go out and say something.
Yeah.
You have a story that I love,
Mm-hmm.
where you've been empowered to put something out there because you are a Toastmaster. Tell me the end story and how we ended up with Healing Mom.
Oh, Ziana's story, Coach Busi, you must know it's bittersweet.
Mm,
Similar story with what happened to you when we lost the chairman. And this was me raring to go in my 40s. I told you the 40s, fourth floor story. Woke up one morning and I remember breaking the news with you guys in one of our exco meetings or something. I'm like, ladies, yeah, I am in my 40s. And I was expecting, and we're expecting a baby. And ready to go, ready to be the old mom at the school fun day and everything. I was prepared for that. But sadly, we lost our Zimanda. I had a stillbirth, and our baby didn't arrive in our arms. And I love to say that he was stillborn, but stillborn, you know. And the grief, the pain I experienced was like no other. You know, they always say you cannot grieve for something you never knew, right? But this child had grown inside me, had his footprints and everything implanted in my heart, and was going to be a part of our family. So I really, really took a downturn. The grief was just unbearable. But what kept me going, I had a friend who had experienced a similar loss, right? She's the one who understood what I was going through, came over to give me support, and anticipatory coping mechanisms after having lost a child, and as you may know, everybody you want to read around something you experience, the support
mm,
groups, everything that comes along with that. And I also have to mention that at the time, our club president was Toastmaster Howie, hey, and
mhm,
she introduced me to Grief Share, and she did everything, introduced me to Grief Share, again, the power of Toastmaster networks. And there I was, I ended up in Grief Share. So that's when it dawned on me that, you know what? How many people out there have experienced the same thing and do not have the support? And here I was, a trained and qualified professional counselor, still waiting for somebody to employ me out there and become a counselor. And I thought,
mhm,
no, this is something that I can actually do. Why not start a support group, specialize in grief counseling, and help mothers who've also experienced the same type of loss to go through and navigate their grief. And because
mhm,
of that background, this is how I started this support group called Healing Moms, which takes care of families and mothers who've experienced any form of pregnancy and infant loss. And, with my guidance as a professional counselor and the shared experiences in the group, we've all come together to give each other a supporting hand. So this is the story of Zianda.
Absolutely bittersweet indeed. What was meant to absolutely destroy you and
Mhm,
out, and because that's like having the rug pulled from underneath you, you know. 1 minute you
mhm,
celebrate, and the next minute is like, what happened?
mhm,
But you took that and you went and said, this is not going to be wasted pain. I know in
mhm,
grief we talk about that. Do
mhm,
not think and go ahead and be the memory keeper, the legacy keeper of the person.
yes.
And I love the fact that Yanni's story will not be forgotten because
Mhm,
he was born. Now
mhm,
we have to celebrate this year.
mhm,
You awards,
mhm,
and do tell the listeners again what happened. Was it August? I can't remember when that was, but I know it
mhm.
was. Go ahead and tell us what happened that gave us joy.
So there I was, CoachBusi. Like we said, it's bittersweet. I was going about my business. I received a call from the Entrepreneurs Network of Zimbabwe, right? And they said this, I'll quote, and they said, "Oh, Simiso Sibanda, we are calling because you will be receiving an award on such a date at such a place." And I'm like, wait a minute. Is it me you're looking for? Are you sure you're looking for me? You know? And she says, yes. Are you the founder of Healing Moms? I'm like, yes, I'm the founder of Healing Moms. And she says, congratulations. What you're doing in the community has shown impact, and a lot of women are showing that they've gained support from your organization. And for that reason, would like to award your efforts. Wusi,
Oh,
I broke down in tears because at that moment, I say to the woman, it's not awards that I want to receive. I want to be with my baby. I want to watch my baby growing up. And, we had a cry moment and everything there. But again,
um,
at the end of it all, I celebrated and I said, indeed, Zianda's memory is going to live forever. And I was happy because of the pain I experienced, I'm able to impact families and women out there who've experienced a similar loss.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it is bittersweet. You celebrate, you have the low moments. You celebrate, you have the low moments. But we are glad that you are moving forward and you are making this impact. The recognition, though, I was so proud of you. I kept saying, oh my goodness, because having walked part of the journey with you, hearing the moments where we would call and you're not doing as well, and then having these people come around and say, you didn't nominate yourself. Other people went ahead and said, this is the lady to give this award.
Yes,
And that makes it absolutely precious.
it is.
When a husband loses a wife, they're called a widower. When a wife loses a husband, she is called a widow. Because, in my view, it's something that's not supposed to happen. There actually is no name for a mom who loses a child. So
None
with,
at all.
with healing mom, I was like, that will be good enough for us right now. So
Mhm,
then for coming up with that.
mhm,
How is Toastmasters helping you run this award winning organization? Are there any, any tools that you are drawing from because you are a Toastmaster as you run this fantastic, enabling Healing Moms platform?
Most certainly, Toastmaster DTM Busi. Toastmasters is all encompassing for every tool you need to run an organization. I'll give you an example. When I started to set up the organization, I used an HPL format. Okay. If you've done an HPL, you'd know what I'm talking about. So that's the format I used in my approach. I in the HPLs, it's either you start a blog or a compelling page or something like that, which will get people following and the like. So I learned from such platforms to start this program. And you will notice that when you run a page, you need to create content which has to be either informative or engaging, whatever the case is. Now, having had the opportunity to work alongside VPPRs like you and a whole lot of others, the Toastmasters brand manual will teach you simple basics of creating a flyer, of running Canva. I've attended a lot of Canva trainings. My page, I run it all by myself and I create every little content that goes out because of the skills and everything I learned in Toastmasters. Now, that's number two. Number three, as I continue to run my organization, I make use of the networks I've built in Toastmasters to impart knowledge to the people and comfort. And one of the people I've abused the most is none other than you, DTM Busi, featuring there to give, presentations, to do weekly talks and the likes. Again, the power of networks in Toastmasters. And that's probably number three. Number four, I will give an example. I had two events that I hosted. So I had a guiding committee, you would say. I got a few of my friends from Toastmasters, one to run with the public relations, one to do the emceeing, one to source the sponsoring, and the like. All this is taking things from Toastmasters to run this organization that I've come with. And I will share with you something I always brag about. Now, at every event I run for healing moms, I reach out to the Toastmasters community. I'll tell you the last one I had. My journals were printed by one DTM in Toastmasters, and I got a discount, but look, it's still a Toastmasters connection. So my journals for the group were printed in by a Toastmaster. I had branded water, branded pens, you name it. Also, a friend in Toastmasters. I've already said the MC was a Toastmaster. So I continue to incorporate Toastmasters in all this. And I'll also mention, special mention to DTM Zivai, was like our club sponsor and our division director. She's been very influential, before I even started Healing Moms. She was already sending clients my way. And she says, you can do it. I'd gone on a program with her and she says, you've got it in you. Start now. And I'm like, but I'm not ready. Uh, First few clients I had came from DTM Zivai, and that's Toastmasters as well. So for all the paid clients I have, I still have my friends from Global Women who say, we've got a counselor, you've gone through this. And I've had people come through to the counseling rooms and they pay me from the networks and because they believe in me. So yes, as I run Healing Moms, those are some of the many benefits that I learned through Toastmasters and have implemented within the group that I'm running.
Simiso, your story is absolutely amazing. And even though I know a lot of what you said, I never get tired of hearing you share because you are so sincere and you make such an impact every time you speak. And I am really grateful that today you made the time to come and speak to the platform and the audience that is Toast Talks with Coach Busi. Before you leave, you already mentioned the club that you're a part of, the amazing Rockstar Club, Global Women Extraordinaire. If you haven't visited Global Women Extraordinaire online club, you don't know what you're missing. You want to visit this club. Simiso, parting words to either people who want to be Toastmasters, people who are Toastmasters, or people who used to be Toastmasters. I'll give you the option of which audience you want to address as we wrap up this section.
All right. I'm so sad. Are we done already? Okay. That's fine. Okay. Firstly, like I said earlier, one thing about Toastmasters, I'm not a Liverpool supporter, by the way, but the thing is, you never walk alone. All right. Quick one. I have to mention this because you're interviewing me. I remember the year I finished my first pathway. Our club president was Coach Busi, DTM Busi, and that's the year you sadly lost your husband. And you were our mentor then, and you wanted everyone to complete level 5 and work on their projects. But then you had to step down a bit because you had to go, you had to grieve your husband and all. The thing that kept me going and made me finish my pathway was literally, I'm doing this for Coach Busi. She said she would want to see us finish. And that pathway, Busi, was just for you. I did it because I really wanted to make you proud. And you never walk alone in Toastmasters. So for whoever is out there, you want to be a Toastmaster, be rest assured you always have a mentor, somebody to check on you, somebody to walk with you along your pathway and your projects and everything to do with Toastmasters to direct you. You may ask, what do I benefit from Toastmasters? The answer I will give is, how do you want to benefit? What are you doing for yourself to put yourself out there, to learn, to participate, and to get out of your comfort zone so that you benefit from Toastmasters? And again, just like they say, the world is the world is your oyster, right? What do they say, Coach Busi?
Here's your oyster. Go
You
out and
see. Yes, so that's it. That's it. And my parting words are, nothing works unless you do. I've always said that to people. You want to enjoy Toastmasters, do the work, be committed, and all the benefits you will enjoy for sure.
love it. Now, you actually limited something where you said that you will have mentors and friends within the community. I know that before we started recording, you actually delayed the recording because you friend who was at your house, and that Toastmaster related.
Yeah,
Next, our connections go deeper than Toastmasters
it's
because we
true.
communicate in a way that really bonds us.
Mm-hmm.
And I am learning that giving feedback in a positive way is also a way that gets people connected. I can trust these things. So, you know what? Maybe that shade of foundation may not be the right. Do you want to try a different one? I know you're
Mm-hmm.
in a good place because everything that we do is in a
Mm-hmm.
way and take you to a higher level. And when
Mm-hmm.
you me, you lose nothing. You shine brighter because you stand there
Mm-hmm.
and say, that girl is my
Mm-hmm.
case. I love
Mm-hmm.
I learned about paces with the horses in one of the speeches
Mm-hmm,
of
mm-hmm.
our VPPR, Toast Helen. I
Yeah.
love it now. So anywhere I am, I'm going around looking, who's my running mate? Who is my pacer? Because when you have pacers
Mm-hmm,
to your destination,
mm-hmm,
anytime that it, as long as you've locked in the GPS, you are getting there.
mm-hmm,
Toastmasters. So I am so delighted that we had this chance to talk and share our happy place with a lot of other people who may not know the things that we know about.
mm-hmm,
For Mom, I celebrate you. And I know that this first award is literally that, the first award. Now, come on, girl, catch up. Let's have your DTM coming up soon. You did the first pathway. Let's finish up the second one and nail the Distinguished Toastmaster Award. What say you?
mm-hmm. I'm right behind you, Coach Busi, right behind you, DTM Busi. I love the sound of that. Thank you, DTM Simiso. My pleasure, DTM Busi. I'm right behind you.
So, if more of us up here, and it's going to be so much fun as we mentor the new members who are coming in. They need to have us to look forward to say, these girls are too much fun. Let's catch up with them. So,
True.
long. Thank you, DTM Simiso, to be.
Welcome. The pleasure was all mine, DTM Busi.
And on that note, dear listeners, catch up again on another wonderful Toastmaster Toast Talks episode with Coach Busi as we carry on speaking to these amazing Toastmasters with absolutely unique stories. You never know story that you will catch up on in one of these episodes. And on that note, Simiso and Coach Busi saying bye now.